Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little babies out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up my juicy little lats. Oh, thank you little lats, you're delicious there, brat. Now then, it's after 6 p.m. in our neck of the woods. Well, it's in the whole of the UK. Sometimes I do say silly things. Okay, my delicious little babies, there's no wind, no rain. There's none of that, okay, and it's very dry, okay, but in other parts of the UK it may differ, of course. We know with the zums. Now then, look who I've got with me this evening, my delicious little babies. I've got my lovely cousin, dear Sean, okay, so you're with me for a few days, aren't you, dear Sean?
Yeah, definitely.
And then I've got our lovely new addition, who is Tom. Okay, now you may have heard me talk about him on my previous video, okay? Now that, he's wonderful, okay? He's 86 years of age. Sean is 55 and I am 50, okay? So we're now going to make history on this video, my delicious little babies, okay? And we're talking about all different things, okay? So it's lots of subjects and topics for this evening, okay, my delicious little babies? So please, if you could please take note, but our special guest is Tom, okay? So Tom, would you like to start it off, my delicious little babies?
I will do, yes. You can have whichever you want. Want the old times, the new times?
Old times.
And the times in between.
Yeah, we'll start with the old times.
The old times.
Please, Tom. Thank you.
Right. I'm going from 1938. I was born.
There we are.
Lived in the East End of London.
London.
Shoreditch. And then I moved with my mum into Tottenham, and we had a house up there, and then I moved out. Of course, I was growing up a bit quick, which I had to, because there was 5 girls, excuse me, 5 girls and 1 boy, which was me. My brother come 11 years later, and he's the one I haven't seen for such a long time. And that.
Sad.
But it was all work. Then became the war, and from there Claverden, Warwickshire, that's where I was evacuated. I had the gas mask and the big collar with a label on it, a brown label, saying where to go. And what it was, when the war started, Hitler was going to bomb London to smithereens. So they wanted to get all the children out of London to other places.
Yeah.
And the way they done that was all go to Paddington Station in London, put on a train, and you say goodbye to your parents.
Yeah, that's true.
Mums and dads were standing there crying. The girls and the kids were screaming, crying, wetting themselves and all that. But it just had to be happen. And then once the train was full, that moved off. And then you'd be going along, and then you'd see a crowd of people on the ground waiting. And then the train would pull up, and then you was allotted so much. You go with that family, you go with this family, you go with that family, this family. Till the train was empty, and then it was back to the station, and the same thing happened again until they got everybody out, which was left mums and dads. And some, after a time, some wrote home, some didn't bother. All depends how they were fed, fed, tethered and watered.
Yeah.
But I was one of the lucky ones.
Wasn't it similar with the Jewish, was it?
I think so.
Yeah.
They went on the Holocaust.
Oh, yeah.
I was one of the lucky ones. I was with private people. Because at the time it was welfare. And the welfare was the business. You never messed about with them at all. Because they would be down on top of you like a ton of bricks. And that. So that's where I was handy, really. I was in that circle, as they say. And then from there I had a whale of a time. There was a farm just down the road from me. I was in a big 4-bedroom thatched cottage with spinsters and that, and I had the best time of my life. I was looked after, fed and watered, and it was fantastic.
I always call it that, fed and watered, yeah.
And it was just one of those things. And then you just took it that you was there every day.
Yeah.
And then, especially when you get a person where it's clean clothes every day, then you get used to it. But others didn't.
No.
Others just made their own way. Some disappeared and never seen again. And this is it. But as I say, I was fortunate, and I've looked after myself. Yes, I've been married once.
Yeah, you was married to an Indian lady, wasn't you?
Yep. I had a couple of kids.
3.
But they went junkies. And drugs wasn't my step. But I'll say no more about that because it is rife.
Just
at the moment.
Yeah.
And I don't want to upset anything.
Yeah.
But yes, on the farm, the time I'm talking about is round about the 50s, just on the 50s. Now, you never had a washing machine.
No.
And you didn't have a refrigerator.
You had a dolly tub though, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know, like one of those, those twin, do you remember them? Like the twin, where you used to have the, sorry to really interrupt you, Tom, where you had a washer, then you had a spin. Both in, one time it was singular, and then it become
a bigger
joined. Yeah.
I'm going before that.
Okay.
Long before that.
Okay.
You had what they did come out with, what they said, a skiffle, like a scrubbing board.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we used to do that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
So
deal with that. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it was a tea chest was wooden.
Yeah, that's right.
Turn it upside down.
Yeah.
Pole and the string. Plump,
And like with rugs, you know, with rugs or carpets, they used to bring them outside and they used to bang, and then put them on the lawn. Yeah.
All that.
Yeah.
But you don't get it now because you got the famous Hoover.
Yeah, the famous Hoover.
But they've got it all now, haven't they? They sort of do the floor and then just leave it, and it walks to its place.
Walks to its place.
Well,
it's true.
Yeah.
You are right, dear Tom. God love you. God bless you. I salute you. Yeah, go on.
And at the time, there was no supermarkets, and that.
That's right, yeah. Let's get to this part.
The only supermarket you did have was
Butcher, is it Butcher?
Yeah, you have the butchers.
you
Walter
have to-
Smith's. Walter Smith's is shut down at the moment in
No.
Erdington because it's been refurbished.
you had
That was the top one, Walter Smith's.
Marks and Spencers.
Oh yeah.
They were the kiddies. You get the ham and the meats from them
Yeah,
at the time. And then, of course, the butchers took over and started getting the meat in and that. And that's when they didn't get so much.
Yeah.
So they stopped the sort of getting it from the market or wherever they got it from, and it just went sour.
Yeah, but Marx's is always lovely.
Yeah,
I mean the clothes and
yeah.
I buy I think the underwear and everything from there. I'm not talking out of school here. I'm just saying, I'm talking as a woman that Next and Marx's is the best for underwear or tights or anything like that.
See, well, you only had at the time you only had Marks and Spencers, and Woolworths.
There we are, and remember when Woolworths went, I was so upset.
Yeah.
Nearly 100 years,
yeah.
what was it, 99 years,
Yeah.
and then they went.
Yeah.
I was really flipping damn upset about that. And of course you could get pick and mix and everything there.
That's it.
And records, yes! Do you know what I mean? And you could get flipping pick and mix and you could get everything from there. Yeah.
Walk in, come in with thing, get out.
That's right, yeah.
And that's it, sort of thing. And then, I'm sorry, the dog swamps me.
Little Rubes.
But, yes, and then you go down weather-wise. Now, we had the snow, yes, and that. But 1947 was the year that Britain stood still.
Yeah. Like I said, the Nuremberg one. And what did you have? 10 feet of snow, was it, Tom?
10, roughly, I was what? I was 11, 12, 13.
Rubes, come here, please, Ben.
12 or 13, and it covered me.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I made a tunnel. And
I made a tunnel.
I don't know where I went, but I was so frightened, I started crying and shouting out for the allotment manager, a chap named Mr. Jones. God bless him, he's dead, and that long time. And he come to my rescue and found me because he always called me Young Tom.
Yeah.
And that, and he just come down and he just sort of walked through the snow as if it wasn't there.
Yeah.
And that, so that was it. And
because it's water, isn't it?
yeah. And after that,
which we get charged for, everybody, by the way, which comes, okay.
And then, of course, the fruit, it was all homegrown.
That's right. Yeah.
You never had these supermarkets.
No.
It wasn't even such a thought at one time, because you could always go past somewhere and there was always an apple or something hanging, a plum, green gages. Yeah, just take them off the tree and then walk along and eat them.
Yeah.
I can, one time when I worked on the farm, I sat in the doorway of a cow shed where the cows used to walk in to be milked, and I had 12 puppy dogs across my legs, and I was sitting in the doorway, and the cows come in for milking and they stepped over me and the pups.
Oh, bless.
Not one was injured.
See everybody? My delicious little babies out there.
They'd go into a stall.
Sorry, Tom.
Stand there, and even the cake they used to eat, I used to eat it as well. It was like little buttons. about half-inch thick cow cake, they called it. I used to eat it with them, and I used to put my arm round them and everything. Yeah.
So-
Sometimes I used to have a handful and shove it under me, and they used to eat it. And that. So, yes, and then the chickens. But the farmer's wife, I forget her name now. Big lady she was. She always had a
Not
pet.
laughing about that.
Always had a pet cockerel under her arm.
Yeah.
And boy, did we have some lovely eggs.
Yes, those lovely eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All fresh,
Yeah.
homegrown eggs.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're not made now like mass
No,
production. Yeah.
they're all battery operated.
Yeah.
And that. And that's where I come to like food.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of a belly on me, but that don't matter. As long as I eat well, and I won't say the words, but eat well, flow well, and as your father.
As your father.
So that's the end of my story.
Yeah, but what do you feel about what's gone on in the world right now, Tom, to your estimation, being 86? And then we're going to ask Sean how you feel at being the age 55, what your thoughts are. So we're just asking what thoughts are.
Well,
Please and thank you.
The thought is, why do you want to fight all the time?
Yeah, true. I agree.
Pack up fighting.
Yeah.
Just because one's got more than the other.
Yeah.
Just let it go by, because one day you'll have the same.
Yeah. I've always said that. My dear dad used to always say that. He says, you
Yeah.
may not have it now, but one day you'll have.
Yeah.
And never ever envy anybody, never be jealous, never envy.
That's it.
Yeah, it's true. That's
I've worked hard.
God, yeah.
I've worked
And I'm
hard
50 now.
all my life.
Yeah.
I started work on the railway at 15.
Yeah,
And I worked my way up.
yeah,
I've been a lorry driver.
yeah,
I've done push and pull.
yeah,
I've driven Arctics.
yeah,
I've had low loaders. I've done furniture.
yeah.
I took the side of a van out on the furniture, going round Birmingham one time. Didn't know me way round. He said, round the back, mate, and of course it was a corner like that. And I took the side of the motor out. Well, they didn't say it was mine that hauled him. No, never mind.
No, never
And then-
mind.
And then, of course, I've got the sack.
I got the sack.
But
Oh, God love you, Tom. God bless you. It's so funny, you know.
the bloke who was there, because I've got a mattress in the back of the motor,
Yeah.
and I picked it up and delivered it to his door, and he threw me on the bed, so I give him a good hiding.
That's all give him a good idea.
I said,
I'm not laughing about that, everybody. It's just the way that dear Tom's explaining it, you know.
well, it's better than saying he tried it, but he didn't get nowhere.
He didn't get nowhere.
That's it. Because
Tell them about when you met, you know, because I asked you the other day, didn't I, yesterday? I asked you about the craze.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ronnie, Reggie,
Yeah.
Charlie,
Yeah.
and that, unfortunately, they're all passed now. Even Mum
Yeah.
has passed, sort of thing. The dear little lady she was. She gave my daughter, well, Ronnie did that. I think it was Ronnie, gave her half a crown.
All right, it's half a crown, yeah.
And in them days, in the 50s and 60s, money was money.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot of it, but what there was worth something. Today, what's half a crown worth today? 20 pence.
Yeah.
You know, you never had such a thing as 20 pence.
No.
You had 10p's, 1p's.
Halfpence.
Yeah.
I remember the halfpence.
Farthing. A farthing, halfpenny, fruity bit, tanner, shilling, half a crown. Two bob, half a crown.
Yeah.
2 and 6, half a crown, 2 and 6. Two
Those were the days when it went further,
Further,
Yeah.
Used to have a lot.
Yeah.
than what you've got now.
Yeah. See, and then they just changed the money, and the money that you lost because you had the robbing on the
Yeah,
farthing.
is that robbing bees? Is that robbing bees? Would you say, Tom?
No, the birds.
You know, robbing bees. You know, I won't swear. Robbing bees. If you want to swear, you can.
No, you know.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. On my video.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but-
robbing bees.
Yeah.
You know, like if somebody names their son Robin.
Yeah.
Well, when he grows older, he's going to be a robbing bee,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, the bird was on the farthing,
Yes. Yeah.
a robin.
Yeah.
It was, and that was the only one that was on the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that. The 10 bob note was still brown.
Yeah.
A pound, you never had the coin.
No.
You had a pound note,
That's right.
which was green.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
And they
Yeah.
were big as well.
That. Yeah.
And then you had the £5 note, and then you had the £10 note. And then from there on, well, 10, 50, and 100, you never see them.
No.
No,
You don't see many 50s.
no. The only time you see them is when the jewellers are gone.
I've seen them a couple of times recently. Yeah. Yeah.
But, and then you go by what people say. It's quite all right.
Do you feel that things break down a lot quicker? Yeah, Sean's he's
Yeah.
gonna talk about this now.
Yeah, because the people haven't got time. Time's too quick. It's too quick for everybody. They're not slowing down. Oh, first of all, you had the telephone. Now what you got? This.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Dog-
you've only got to switch it on and you can get anywhere.
Yeah.
Before, you had to wait for the telephone.
Yeah. That's right, which I prefer.
Yeah. But everything's at fingertip now.
Yeah.
What's
It's
this?
a bit too easy, isn't it?
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's too
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, miles too easy.
Yeah.
But this is why now, but all of a sudden now, you see them throwing this money around.
Yeah.
Look at the contests on the television.
Television. Yeah.
You never had a telly in the 50s. You did have, on the 60s, you had a screen.
My Beautiful Dear Nana,
Yeah,
was the
about the
first in
size of
10
that.
foot. Was
About the
how it
size
looked,
of that
how it looked.
case.
So,
Yeah,
My Beautiful Dear Nana
That
had
was
the
it.
tiny little television. And they
Yeah.
all used to come round, friends and family, bring
Yeah.
a packed lunch just to watch 1 hour
Yeah.
on this tiny little screen.
That's it, yeah.
She was the first one in 10 foot to get a mini.
Yeah.
You know when you showed me your cufflinks yesterday?
Yeah.
You showed me the minis? Mini cufflinks with a mini, yeah.
Yeah,
So she was the first one to have a mini in a 10 foot, yeah.
yeah. And then, sort of thing.
In Yorkshire. All
It's-
happens in Yorkshire, in all.
Yeah,
Mountain
Technology
showers.
now is going too
Going
fast.
way out.
Yeah.
And that.
What do you think about the food? The food doesn't taste the same, does
No,
it?
no.
Nothing tastes the
So,
same.
It's too much carbohydrates in the food to make it last. Because you get some, like I've tried many of them. You can get what they call cottage pie.
Yeah, yeah.
Leave that out from us on the side for a couple of days. It goes mouldy.
Yeah.
Before,
Never used to.
never used to.
And we never used to have fridges years ago.
No,
Used to be able to use.
ordinary meat.
That's right, yeah. And the same with the sell-by date of things. All they're doing is covering their own backsides.
That's it.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you can always go over one day with something. When,
No. I've gone over. I've tested a tub of cream. I've tested it. Almley it was everybody my delicious babies, dear Tom, dear Sean, and I tested it. I told you, didn't I, dear Sean? I tested it, the Almley, and I tested it from the date, okay, because it's carried on for months and months later. So from the time when you open it, and then I tested it, and I left it for 7 days. 7 days. I went back to it, never touched it, never opened it, never did anything. I just opened it the once, yes, covered it back over with the lid, with a little bit of tin foil, okay? Tin foil's very useful for many things, okay? But not in a microwave, my delicious babies, if you want to get frazzled or you want to get blown up. Anyway, and then I went back 7 days later, and let me tell you, I could still make me creamed, mashed potatoes, spuds, the old-fashioned way with it's an Irish recipe, white pepper, salt, spring onion, cream, butter, milk. You know, I use milk, but okay. And you do it like that. That's the old-fashioned way. That's proper old-fashioned Irish mashed potato. Do you see me? And let me tell you, I never had one, sorry, my delicious babies, I wasn't pointing at any of you. I never had no bad tummy, no, nothing. In fact, I had the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, like where you would say go to the toilet. I don't wish to be too personal,
No.
dear gentlemen, but, you know, my delicious babies out there. Well, I never had that.
No.
In fact, I had the opposite.
Yeah.
Which was that, you know, like say, I don't know, you could break wind, but nothing's coming of that wind. And then you wait till the next day, and then your system would, you know what I mean? So if anything, it helped me, not flipping did the opposite. So when they say to you, like with Almley cream or anything, oh, you got to use it in 2 days, 3 days, it's a crock of effing shite. I wouldn't believe it.
But, that's where food has gone through the roof now. Where
Did you want to speak now, dear Sean? So, dear Tom, we'll go back to you in a minute, dear Sean. Let's go on to you. So, what have you got to say then? Sorry, let's relax.
I'm going to go. I'm going to expand a bit on what Tom said about the how the quality of food's gone down.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, big times.
Because in his generation and beyond, behind, they used to grow their own fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
And cook their own food.
Yeah.
And it was more nutritious, and everyone had their own garden and they grow their own veg.
That's right.
Veg, and everyone would be more healthier.
Yeah, that's why they've got allotments now.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about.
And you're a chef, aren't you, Sean?
Yeah, and I find that a lot of ingredients today from the supermarket are not as.
They're not good.
Tomatoes are not as tasty.
They're not
sweet as they used to be.
That's right.
The cucumbers is full of water. And,
even the chicken, all the meat is GMO, so it's all been pumped with water and pumped with everything. And I mean, years ago, I did another video on this, my delicious baby. Sorry to really interrupt you, dear Tom, dear Sean, right? And I said that years ago, do you remember when a chicken breast used to be like that? Now they're like this. How can nobody tell the difference? I mean, it's beyond me. I do not understand how ones cannot tell the difference. I mean, if you've got a breast that used to be like that to this now, well, how can nobody tell the difference? What's going on?
Probably got force feeding, haven't they? Force feeding.
Yeah. It's called brainwashing. Yeah. That's what it's called.
Yeah, because not actually that, they fry everything, don't they? And it sort of, you can't see what type of meat it is under the crackling sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like you, how can I say? Well, it is. Like you get McDonald's.
That's right, yeah. You can say a lot about McDonald's, don't get started on that.
You get a burger and you cook it both sides. Well, then they can go crusty, can't they? But what's making it go crusty?
Don't know what's in the food.
No.
There's a lot of pesticides and
hydrates and
injections of chemicals and.
It's like I remember years ago when my beautiful dear little Nana Bear said she did. she said years ago you could get a joint of beef. I'm going back decades, because my beautiful dear little nana bear, oh God rest her beautiful dear little souls, my beautiful dear little nana and granddad, you could get a joint of beef, mad babies out there, dear Tom, dear Sean, yes, and it costs you next to nothing.
Yeah.
These days you pay more for a chicken. That's what my beautiful dear little nana was saying.
Yeah.
She said years ago you could get a joint of beef, and you could get it cheaper, and you got a beautiful, proper beef, yes. And now then it switched, so like where chicken then became where you're paying more. It's like if you look at like in the supermarkets. You can get, for those who eat meat, Martish berries, I eat fish, but, for those who eat meat. But then you
get a full chicken.
Yeah, but they're charging what? I mean, in Waitrose, and I know this because I bought it for my beautiful little babies, beautiful little Ruby Mares, and my beautiful little Barney the Fox. And I paid £12, swear down, Martish berries out there, dear Tom, dear Sean, for a chicken, £12 in Kachin cash. I paid that for my little babies to eat.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, yeah.
Because it was corn fed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. See?
So what I'm saying is that the beef has come down and then the chicken has gone up when it never used to be that way.
No.
You see?
And then you've got the grain.
That's all I'm saying.
The wheat for bread sort of thing.
Mm.
You find a loaf of bread will go mouldy in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's only the yeast that's done it.
Because of what they put in it.
Yeah.
It's not the yeast itself. It's like sugar. It's like sugar. I was talking about on another video. Like you got sugar cane, where the sugar cane comes from. Yeah. I mean, I'm not totally fully knowledgeable on this because I haven't researched it. However, I know enough to know, ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense, that it's what's mixed with it, which is what's causing the problem.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the food.
Yeah. So how did you used to cook bread back in the day then? Just a few ingredients?
Yeah, just flour, water, and mix it up.
Yeah.
And put it in the oven.
Yeah.
And that, make it like a doughy colour.
Yeah.
They've got
thing.
Yeah.
And that.
Because I was looking at some bread today before I bought it from the supermarket today, and it's got yeast, sugar.
It's got everything in it.
E-numbers as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
which E-numbers, they used to say, like these bands with ADHD, sorry, Martin Spose, I'm not taking a mick, by the way, I just said I meant ADHD, with E-numbers, or any little bands who are running around, and what did we hear years ago? Do not give them sugary things.
Yeah.
Because they're all hyperactive. The little bands are hyperactive because they've had they call them too many E-numbers.
Yeah. And that's it. There's nothing's
real. No food real food.
Yeah. No real food today.
No.
It's all
been tampered with.
Cosmetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been tampered with.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it polite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying it polite. No, just let it rip, Tom.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want. Oh, tell them before we go, dear Tom. And dear Sean, sorry, you just wanted to talk a little bit about health because you're very much into your weights and everything, aren't you?
Yeah, because I'd started doing weights in the first 2020 with my son in the back garden down the road, and before I had very creaky joints and very low mobility. I couldn't. If I dropped something on the floor, it took me about 5 seconds to pick it up. So I started to do the weights and do the heavy lifting and the whole body exercises. And now in 2024, now I feel my mobility has got much better. I feel a lot fitter.
Yeah.
And
because you're stretching the muscles. Your muscles are contracted.
Yeah.
If you don't use them,
they'll you'll stiffen up.
Like me, I'm still flexible.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What is it, Tom? You know that song, Dear Tom, Dear Sean? Bend me, shake me any way you want me. As long as you love me, it's alright. Yeah. So it's how mobile you keep yourself,
Yeah.
isn't it, basically?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you got to get up, you got to move around.
Yeah.
You cannot just sit in one space.
Yeah.
I mean, when I used to do my care work, I mean, God bless. I mean, there was one dear lady, one dear woman, I mean, she was paralysed from the neck down with MS. You know, and me as a one-man band to turn her, to move her, to do everything when it should have been a two-man band. But because the care place who I was working for, because they were getting paid the ka-ching, 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 they was getting paid to have two go in to do the job role.
Saved one.
But they were using one, So it took me twice as long. But God bless the dear woman. I'm not saying that, God bless her. But she won't be here now anyway, God bless her. But you know, but it was a very hard job when, do you know what I mean? And you're having to...
That's it.
Another human being.
Well, when somebody cannot move themselves physically because they're paralysed from the body down. So, but by the time I spoke to the office, and they said, well, why can't you do it yourself? And I said, well, this is a two-man job. And I knew that because I found all this out. Do you see what I mean? And I said, this is a two-man job, not just a one-woman job. And then by the time I'd done that, I managed to do it. But God love her and God love her patience. But once I got the hang of, do you see what I'm saying? Yes?
Yeah.
And then you have to turn, and then you have to wash and dry and everything. And then when you do a meals, you have to cut them up tiny, tiny, so she could swallow because she was on her back, God bless her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a really serious situation to be in, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I seen her years ago, her obituary, you know, in the Observer newspaper to say that she passed over, and I thought it's got to be that dear woman, But anyway, so...
Just one last one.
Yeah, go on.
I also,
far away,
I also work in...
I've got to go and do some cleaning now, Martin, she babies, okay? So,
Yeah.
in the still
I
of
went
the
to
night.
Butlins, is it?
Well, I haven't got to.
Butlins.
Body high?
What's that?
Butlins.
What's this like?
Minehead.
Oh, Butlins.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, there's two in there.
I was a cook down
Yeah,
there.
oh, wow.
Yeah. I've done a bit of cooking
Yeah.
in the army and all.
Yeah.
And,
You're in the army, you know.
I went down to Butlins down there, and it was during the summer, round about the 80s, and after work, evening time, go skinny dipping.
Oh, skinny dipping. That's what they call it, isn't it? That's what they used to always call it, skinny dipping.
Yeah. Strip off.
Strip off.
And straight into the...
Straight in your birthday suit.
Yeah. And I always remember that. And I come out, and I was walking down the cookhouse, and there was a little bloke, and I got a big bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he took it off me. He said, you can't have that. I said, oh yes, I can.
Yeah.
So I said, I took it off of him, and I walked a bit faster. Anyway, he went by. A couple of years later, I looked at him. I was standing on the parade ground when I was in the army in 57, and I looked at him straight in the eye. And as he come to me, I said, I know you, don't I? And he went, oh, God, blimey, you.
God, blimey, you.
And marched me up the parade ground, didn't he? But we had a right old session then. Go on.
Right, session then. Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been drunk. I've been drunk many a time.
I've been drunk many a time.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. All this, yeah.
Oh, bless.
And then, of course, turned round and when I got my driving licence at the army, bosh, straight on the head.
Now, you know, I've still got my my dad's licence.
Yeah.
Everybody, my Delicious Baby's dear Tom Dish, I've still got his licence. He passed his driving test in Singapore. He loves Singapore. Singapore and Germany were his two favourite countries. And it's like a little book. And you've got his picture.
Yeah.
And it's like a little book.
Yeah.
I've still got it. I've still got it, my delicious little babies. So my dad never passed his driving test in the UK. In England, he passed it in Singapore. Yeah.
Oh, I drove an army lorry, what they call a TCB, troop carrying vehicle.
Yeah, yeah.
I drove that and come back, and the bloke was Captain Ellis.
Yeah.
And he wrote the pink form out, signed it, and I got a full driving licence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got it.
That's what I'm saying. So let's conclude, everybody. So what are your thoughts on now 2024? And then we're going to close out our video over and out. And thank you so very much to everybody for even listening to our video this evening. What a treat. What a treat, everybody. We've got our lovely dear Tom, a Cockney. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner.
Yeah.
Okay? So you got our lovely dear Tom and our lovely dear cousin Sean. Okay, my dish babies? What a treat. But it's good to get a take from different generations. There we are, clear seeing, see you later. Clear seeing is well upon it, God bless. Well, I've got to go and do his cleaning. I haven't got to, I've chose to, because he's come and collect your washing, haven't you, sweet? Because I'm doing your washing for a little while, God bless him.
Yeah.
But no, I'll go for an hour, and I'm allowed to take my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday. Okay, Sean's going to get a break from us all. And but really, how do we all want to end it now? I'll shut my trap. Go on, what's your thoughts? How do you see things mapping out?
Go on.
No, you go.
Yeah,
you
go.
I'd like to do something like this. I'd like to get to know someone who Tom's generation and be like a sponge and get
that information.
Get all that information, suck it all
Words
up.
of wisdom. Yeah.
Suck it all up and just imagine what it was like in your time and how you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
How it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Compared to now.
Much better compared to now.
Yeah.
That's what I'd do. I'd
Well,
Grandma and Granddad were like.
Yeah.
You see, you make your own decisions.
Yeah.
And that, and whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
And then if you make a decision, and you can always say to somebody, "Did I do right?"
Yeah.
And they can either say yes or no.
Yeah.
And that's the quickest way.
Yeah. Do you believe they're going to accomplish, Tom, what they want to accomplish, which is to control all of us, to turn us into little flipping robots? I personally do not feel they're going to accomplish it because too many are working up now.
They won't put the finger on you and sort of put everybody down because they know then they'll have an uprising.
Yeah,
that's right. This is what I said.
Civil war.
That's right. And I still believe we're going to have it,
Yeah.
Civil
war.
Well, I don't think I'll be here that time.
Yes, you will, because you said you wanted to live till you was 103, you told me. I said, well, why did you say 103? And you said, well, because that's the number I like.
It's only
4.
It's only
That's
what, 30 years
what I said, numbers. Sorry, dear Tom, go on.
It's only 30 or 40 years later on.
Yeah.
So I'll be 104. That's all right.
Well, you said 103 yesterday.
3 or 4, it doesn't matter which.
He wants me to get him a girlfriend, everybody. I said on my previous video, well, I don't know how I'm going to do it. We're going to have to, I asked you, dear Sean, didn't I? Anyway, we don't want to be too personal. You see, I do not go on to dating sites, so there's no way you'd ever see me put my name to anything. But I asked my dear cousin Sean, I said, I said, can you help, didn't I? Well, but if maybe, dear Sean, we'll be able to find you someone around the age bracket that you want.
If not, don't worry, because it'll always come out.
Yeah, you sure?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I mean, because we want to find you someone who's not going to be like a little gold digger, you know what I mean?
Oh, well, they don't dig my pockets.
They don't dig my pockets. No. But there's plenty of flipping Egypts, isn't there, who spend the ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching on women to get them to like them.
Oh, I'm up that.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, be.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. I mean, some men are a little bit...
Nobody touching me.
No.
Not even the bloody builders.
No.
You wait till you see my face. Well,
Yeah.
then you'll see why.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So listen.
luck,
So
everybody.
before we go, is there anything more you want to say, please, dear Sean? Before we go, dear Tom. No. What do you want to say? Do you want to say thank you to everyone and good night and God bless and wish everybody even
That's it.
we're out in February now, but. Dear Tom, you know, it's been a pleasure to have
yeah.
your company. Dear Sean, it's been
Thank
a
you.
pleasure to have your company.
Yeah.
And so any last words, you know, of wisdom? We need words of wisdom from you, dear Tom. You're 86, God bless you. And that's not a patronism or insult or doing anything. If anything, we highly respect. It's the opposite. Do you understand? We respect you. Do you see? So please, is there anything you can give mankind out there right now? Any words of wisdom, please, and thank you.
Be polite to anybody and help anybody. Help anybody who wants help. It don't mean to say you've got to put your hand in your pocket. You can always give them a hand across the road. You can hand something off a shelf of a supermarket where they can't reach. Or they can't bend down to pick it up. Well, you pick it up for them. And that's all there is. That's all I say.
But do you believe in your lifetime, sorry to really interrupt you, dear Tom, do you believe in your lifetime, in our lifetime, that these putrid are going to win? Because they're not. I do not believe they are. What are your thoughts in your 86 week? I personally do not believe, but anyway, you have your own thoughts. Go on.
Well,
I want your thoughts, please, dear Sean.
My thoughts of it is they think they're going to be the best.
Yeah.
But
They're
they
not
won't
gonna.
get there.
That's right. Thank you, dear Tom. God bless you. Let's shake your hand. Let's shake your hand, my little lovely. Thank you.
The human spirit
always,
is too big.
I always respect a firm handshake. Anyone with a loose handshake, sneaky little eyes, do not trust them. Okay, and what's your last thoughts then? Thank you, dear Tom.
I think the human spirit's too strong.
That's right.
Individually, so but also as a collective mind to come together and actually say no. You're not going to control us.
Yeah,
that's it.
No.
That's right.
Because it'd be a sorry world if it was.
Yeah. Because they wanted us just to go walk into it. That we're just going to go, oh, okay, this is acceptable. Well, it's effing well not.
No.
Anyway, so let's all say good night. Good night.
Bye.
Lots of love. Okay. Thank you for listening. Have a super duper time wherever you are in the world. Come on, everybody, because you only get one life. Okay. So lots of love. Thank you for listening. Good night. God bless. I'm off to my cleaning job. Okay. And little Tom's gonna now have all his washing. Okay, my delicious babies. Thank you, dear Tom. Thank you, dear Sean. And good night. God bless. Take care, my little beautifuls out there. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Okay. Much love. Look after yourselves. Good night.